Tchaikovsky, please.
When everybody plays together, it's like a whole living organism.
I want them to develop as musicians at the highest level.
I really enjoy coming and rehearsing on Saturdays.
The expectation of excellence is much higher than in any other group I've been in.
My time at Symphonia has really been an excellent training.
It's definitely an awesome experience.
The Philadelphia Sinfonia is our most advanced orchestra for the musicians who have the most experience. The Philadelphia Sinfonia Players is our new intermediate orchestra, and then the chamber orchestra is an all-strings orchestra, and that is a small group. That's really a very high-powered group because it's a small group and they're so into it.
This is the opening of the concert. Pull the audience in right away with an exciting Mozart appropriate quartet, and then piano. Sit on the edge of your seats. I don't want to see anybody sitting back. I want you to be so excited you can barely sit. Here we go. Clarity in the pickup.
PSP has long been a dream of mine. I believe in a pyramid system, a system of entry to take talented students who don't have the experience. I can take my time, train them, teach them how to listen.
Crescendo to the next measure.
Teach them to understand the totality of the entire piece and teach them all the skills that they need.
I think I would be much farther progressed as a musician if I had a group playing when I was 12 or so. You know, if I had a group to get me introduced into the orchestral world of music.
Think more about how to accompany people.
If you don't have the melody, listen for a spot that has the melody. It's very important, very sophisticated observation. It's not just your part.
Well, it is not only about note learning, but it's also about how to make music, phrasing the music. You should think about the character of the piece.
This year is my first year in an actual full orchestra, so it's kind of a different experience having the winds and the brass and percussion up there and getting used to it and everything. It's actually a pretty good, cool experience. To be able to hear that and be able to get used to it and an environment that's not as intense as the upper orchestra has really been helpful.
If they audition to move up into the advanced orchestra, they will come in with a much higher skill set, which is eventually going to raise the level of the higher orchestra as well.
At the end, when I asked you to play softer, it was really wonderful what you did, and then you kind of did a crescendo towards the end, and that worked beautifully. I need that subtle sophistication from you.
The Philadelphia Sinfonia, the advanced orchestra, will do 4 concerts a year. One is typically our festival concert at the Kimmel Center. Philadelphia Sinfonia is toured all over the world. Many of our sectionals and master classes are run by Philadelphia Orchestra members, so the students get a lot of concert experience.
I really like the music we play, and I think the quality of music is something that you can't really find, especially for high school players and younger, that you can't really find in any other group.
I really love the repertoire we play. Like last year we played Brahms' Second, and I still love that piece. I mean, I listen to it on car rides and whatnot. So I think the repertoire we play is standard orchestral repertoire, and it's crucial that I learn it as a musician, but it's also just great music.
It's not just the Tchaikovsky, I want depth in the sound. I want light to come through.
I want them to develop as musicians at the highest level. I want them to be able to not just play the notes and have the technique to play the notes, but to really be able to play with musical flair, to really invest themselves and pour themselves into the music and be able to speak through the music. You do that through a knowledge of music history, a knowledge of music theory, background. All of that helps you to be a better, well-rounded musician.
Putting your own interpretation on the music is really what musicality is about. Because you can play all the notes and rhythms right, but it's still not going to sound good unless you really put your whole self into what you're playing.
It's not like a short marcato, it's like a
broad. Yeah, broad to broad.
It's all of our passion and the collaborative effort between myself as a conductor and the orchestra. They're encouraged to speak their minds, to contribute musical ideas, and they do. They do it beautifully.
My first year in Symphonia, I was 14 years old, and I was so nervous. I didn't know anyone. But Gary knew my name, even though I was way back in the cello section, and like, he treats everyone the same, and it doesn't matter where you're seated. He welcomes you, and he considers you an important member. And in an orchestra setting, you might all have different ideas, but you all come together and share ideas and then just have fun with it.
It's really important to me that the students become musical individuals. They get their own musical ideas. Our education process is unique and very powerful.
It's like a hard day's work, but it's worth it. Every second that I spend in this church, like rehearsing with the chamber orchestra and the full orchestra, it feels like I'm learning.
I feel like every rehearsal is an investment in what I want to be doing for the rest of my life.